So it's been exactly 1 month since the Pahalgam terror attack. On April 22nd, you had 3 terrorists opening fire at innocent tourists, targeting them based on their religion. And 26 lives were lost, all men, 25 of those Hindus, because the terrorists asked and shot each of them down. Innocent lives were lost in this terror attack. A lot has happened in the last 1 month as well. But before we break down for you the takeaways of what's happened, here's a quick recap of what we witnessed on April 22nd and the steps thereafter.
साइड में था एक इंसान है, उसने उसको गोली मार दी
यहाँ पे।
उसने बोला कि शायद मुस्लिम ही है, उसने उसको गोली मार दी।
थोड़ा बताइए, हुआ पति को मार दिया।
We should all be proud of him in every way.
आतंकियों ने हमारी बहनों का सिंदूर उजाड़ा था, इसलिए भारत ने आतंक के ये हेडक्वार्टर्स उजाड़ दिए। जो सिंदूर मिटाने निकले थे, उन्हें मिट्टी में मिलाया है। जो हिंदुस्तान का लहू बहाते थे,
So a glimpse there of what exactly happened. April 22nd is when the terror attack took place. And like I said, a lot has changed. I want to run you through what's changed, the big 10 takeaways of how really India has ensured a message has been sent across to Pakistan. We've drawn a new red line, and this is something that the government, our forces have all made clear. I'll elaborate on what really this means in just a bit. But also remember that the government has said that here on there'll be no tolerance for terror. So every act of terror carried out on Indian soil will be treated as an act of war. So you'll see diplomatic action, you'll see digital action, you will see also military action if that is the need of the hour. That's what it means when we say an act of terror is now an act of war. Now, also remember that there was a very clear message that there is a no-nonsense approach to Pakistan-sponsored terror. The government no longer will hold back, and neither will our forces. That was evident with Operation Sindoor. And so if Pakistan doesn't crack down on terror on their soil, India will go ahead and do that. There is going to be no compromise on that. India will also ensure the global isolation of Pakistan. Diplomatically, we're taking steps in this effort. As we speak, there are delegations from across political parties in India who are traveling to different parts of the world to spread the message on Pakistan terror. Now, also a diplomatic crackdown is the new normal. We're talking about the Indus Waters Treaty. We're talking about steps like Pakistani visas being revoked. All of these steps will be taken, even as I told you, every act of terror is now an act of war against the country. And in this particular case, with Operation Sindoor, what was very clear is that forces were given a full, free hand to respond to Pakistan in the manner that they deem fit. That was a clear go-ahead from the government as well on when, where, how forces will decide. And Pakistan's usual nuclear saber rattling that they resort to every single time, they tried it this time too. You had multiple statements saying, look, don't threaten us, don't provoke us, we'll use our nukes. The message is very clear from the government that it's not going to work. Nuclear blackmail threats will not work anymore. Talks with Pakistan will happen only on one issue, on terror. And this is something the Prime Minister himself has said very clearly. There's no question of trade. There's no question of dialogue. None of that while Pakistan continues to harbor terrorists. Water, is now fair game to take on Pakistan. The Indus Waters Treaty that we've put in abeyance, confirmed even today by the MEA, that it remains in abeyance. Pakistan, of course, has been urging for a rethink, but we're very clear. We say crack down on terror, and the Indus Waters Treaty will look into and see if it's something that we can actually consider bringing back onto the table. So the new red line that I was referring to, there are two aspects to this. One, of course, of how the government has reacted to the Pahalgam terror attack, and the second, how our forces have reacted. So I want to break that down further of how the government has redefined their terror messaging to the world, particularly to Pakistan. Steps that they've taken since April 22nd, since the Pahalgam terror attack. You had essentially the suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty, which remains, like I said, in abeyance till now. And this is perhaps the biggest diplomatic strike that India has taken, and unprecedented, really, that the Indus Waters Treaty at this point has been put in abeyance. Now, the closure of the Atari border, what does this signify? Essentially, that there's no trade that will take place. The beating retreat ceremony, of course, has been kicked off in a scaled-down version, but that doesn't mean that the border has been opened up. The gates still remain closed. Visas to Pakistani nationals were revoked. There was a clear deadline that was also issued by the government saying all Pakistani nationals on Indian soil will have to return back. And this was done right after the Pahalgam terror attack. In a matter of 2 days, this announcement was made. Then you also had a digital strike. What do I mean by that? Pakistani stars, influencers, cricketers, all of their Instagram accounts being blocked. And so a message being sent across by the government that if your country, if your army, if your government goes ahead and harbors terror, your citizens will pay the price too, with their accounts being blocked. All trade, like I said, with Pakistan has been stopped right now. Prime Minister Modi has made that very clear, that trade and terror cannot go hand in hand. Trade, terror and talks cannot happen.